Welcome to Learn English with Roberlingua. I'm Robert Ramos. This program is aimed at English learners. That's why we speak slowly and use words and phrases specially written for people who are learning English. We start with a report on the severe droughts in the Amazon. Afterwards, we bring you the educational report and conclude the podcast with the lesson of the day. But first, a wildlife agency in California has been rescuing 6 sea lions that showed signs of algae poisoning in recent weeks. On August 1st, the Channel Islands Marine and Wildlife Institute located in Santa Barbara, California reported that its team of specialists rescued at least 23 sea lions. The U.S. Vandenberg Space Force posted photos on social media of sea lions that were rescued from one of the beaches in Santa Barbara. Since July 26th, the Institute had a large number of reports of 6 sea lions along 250 kilometers of coastal beach in Santa Barbara and Ventura counties. The marine species were found to be suffering from the effects of domoic acid, a poison that can cause severe damage to the brain and heart. The oceanic event known as an algal bloom is what determined the release of the acid. Microscopic algae that eat shellfish or small fish are what produce the poison. Sea lions, dolphins, or birds feed on those shellfish and fish. The algae can also make humans sick. Unusual head movements, disorientation, foaming at the mouth, and seizures are signs of illness experienced by affected sea lions. In a Facebook post on August 4th, the Institute said that new cases of 6 sea lions that continue to appear on various beaches are making the situation worse. Rescue teams attempted to place the animals in a net to be transported and treated, and then return to the sea once recovered. The National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration of the United States, NOAA, says that poisoning events related to domoic acid are common along the coast of California. Experts say that adult female sea lions are the most affected by this latest poisoning event. During the first weeks of June last year, a very serious poisoning event killed hundreds of sea lions and several dolphins. In other news, one of the most severe droughts in recent years is taking place in the Amazon basin. The Amazon Cooperation Treaty Organization, ACTO, reported, many of the rivers in the Amazon basin are already at very low levels. As the dry season begins in August, this natural phenomenon puts several South American countries on alert, which are preparing to face rising food prices, water shortages, and an increase in forest fires. August and September are usually the driest months. It is also when most fires occur. Water levels are the lowest recorded for this time of year in several rivers in the southwest of the Amazon. Bolivia, Peru, and Brazil are the most affected countries so far in 2024. Madeira and Peru are 2 important basins that the Brazilian Federal Water Agency declared with shortages. These 2 basins together cover an area almost the size of Mexico. Drought has already caused water shortages in the city of Rio Branco in the Brazilian state of Acre. The neighboring state of Amazonas declared a water shortage in 20 of its communities in the month of June. The current shortage occurred around the beginning of May of this year, 2024, more than 2 months earlier than last year, when most of the Amazon basin suffered its worst drought on record. The 2023 drought affected people who rely on water for transportation. The Madeira River is one of the largest rivers in the basin. The river level fell below 3 meters near Portovelo on July 20th. This notably affected the important waterway for soybeans and fuel. Smoke from the wildfires impacted the air quality of cities, making it unhealthy to breathe, and high water temperatures killed more than 100 river dolphins. The river level dropped below 3 meters near Portovelo on July 20th. In 2023, that happened almost a month later, on August 15th. Because of the low water level, fewer ships would be able to travel on the river at night. 2 of Brazil's largest hydroelectric plants may stop producing electricity, as happened last year. Rivers near the Amazonian town of Envira have become too shallow to travel by boat. With the help of local officials, older people and pregnant women were moved from riverside communities to the town center, as medical help may not be able to reach them. Food prices are also affected by the low water level. Manioc flour cannot be brought to market by the farmers who produce it. The local government says this important Amazonian food has more than doubled in price. Forest fires are another concern. From January to the end of July, there were about 25,000 fires, the highest number in almost 20 years for this period. The fires are mostly man-made in the Amazon. To manage fields and clear areas where trees have been cut down, people use fires. Floods and drought are the weather phenomena affecting areas of the state of Acre in Brazil. 19 of the state's 22 communities suffered severe flooding last year. Julie Macias, Acre's Environment Secretary, said, "It's been 2 years in a row of extreme events." She added, "As a result, we face a threat of food shortages. The planting period is very dry, and crops have been flooded." The Amazon carries 20% of the world's river water to the oceans each year. It is the largest river system in the world. We go to South Dakota, where legislators and higher education leaders in the state launched a small rural university 40 years ago that has become one of the best high-tech universities in the United States. South Dakota State University began at a time when the future of the university itself was in question. The South Dakota Board of Regents, which oversees the school, was pressured to cut its budget in 1984. It turned a university into a prison. Later, a new law went into effect that put technology at the center of all Dakota State curricula. Reinventing a teacher training college founded in 1881 in a rural town of 6,000 seemed risky. At the same time, a major financial services company, Citibank, decided to establish the headquarters of its credit card business in a town near the university, Sioux Falls. The current president of South Dakota State University, or DSU, is Jose Marie Griffiths. In 1989, the school changed its name from college to university. Thanks to Citibank, which was looking for computer programmers, Griffiths' vision of turning the university into a computer school with software development and engineering came about. That way, we will be able to supply the Sioux Falls workforce with the necessary programmers for Citibank and, if necessary, for other companies, Griffiths told South Dakota Newswatch. Lynette Molstad-Gorder, who was teaching at DSU 40 years ago when the shift to a high-tech campus began, said, She said, 40 years ago, some members of the university community were unsure about the change and its effect on people and programs. It was a little confusing at first, and then all of a sudden it just clicked. We said welcome this opportunity. Pens, pencils, and typewriters in classrooms were suddenly replaced by computers, and later, it was computer science and then cybersecurity, she argued. A bachelor's degree in computer science using IBM course materials was the jumpstart and marked the start of technology at DSU. Collaboration with the technology industry, teaching computer science and software development, laid the groundwork for what was to come, Griffith said. The university expanded the school and its offerings with a combination of public and private money. In 2004, DSU was named by the National Security Agency as one of the nation's first centers of academic excellence in computer security. Student enrollment has grown from 867 in 1985 to 3,509 in 2023, a sustainable and steady growth. The university offers 44 degrees, including 7 master's degrees and 4 doctoral programs. In 2017, with money from the state and local companies, DSU started Madison Cyber Labs. It included cybersecurity, machine learning, and artificial intelligence, among others, thus expanding research at the university. An expansion plan for the school into Sioux Falls itself is being planned, including partnerships with another research center and a cyber academy program for high school students. DSU also wants to start a new quantum computing center for which it is lobbying the state for more money. Jen Easterly, director of the Federal Cybersecurity and Infrastructure Security Agency. Last March, she was the keynote speaker at a DSU cybersecurity event. Easterly argued that the growth and innovation happening at DSU is a topic of discussion nationwide. He said the size of the university doesn't matter when it's a generator of technological innovation. Alexis Com, a 23-year-old who studied cyber operations and graduated from DSU in December 2022, said he liked the small-town feel of the university. He took classes in web and network design, computer programming, and malware analysis. All of these helped him prepare for the cyber workplace. Com said the classes prepare you with a solid, real-world education, which paves the way for multiple job offers after graduation. Among several career options, he chose Sanford Health, a Sioux Falls company that has a partnership with the university to increase employment opportunities for DSU graduates. Com and other DSU graduates stayed in South Dakota. John Waldman and Chad Knutson were in the class of 2006. They set up a company together in Madison shortly after graduating. Their company, SBS Cybersecurity has 90 employees and serves the banking industry in 49 states. Students stay on top of the ever-changing cybersecurity and technology industry thanks to DSU's commitment to innovation, Waldman said. Today, we're bringing you a special lesson, and we've got a podcast lesson of the day for almost all of them. We don't want our listeners to get bored. No, but you might like to hear this chant we did about the difference between the two adjectives bored and boring. Listen to it. Who's bored? I'm bored. You're bored. He's bored. She's bored. They're bored. In fact, we're all bored. Guess who's bored? I'm not bored. You're not bored. She's not bored. They're not bored. And we're not bored. I guess that means no one is bored. But I'm bored. Are you bored? No, I said I'm bored. Well, then let's learn with Roberlingua. They're not bored. Very good. That was a fun song you did. I bet it kept our listeners interested. I hope so. We don't want to be boring. No, we don't. But you know what? A little boredom is okay. Sometimes we just need to rest and do nothing. My cat is really good at that. I thought it would be fun to talk about the words boring and dull in that song we did. And some days I wish I could be a cat and just lay there and have someone feed me. Me too. But speaking of the verb wish, we also gave some examples of this verb. Let's go back and listen. I can't swim. I wish I could swim. I don't understand the question. I wish I understood the question. My head hurts. I wish my head didn't hurt. Jill, I hope your head doesn't hurt now. No, it doesn't, at least not yet. I was just giving an example of how to say a sentence with the verb wish. You were the one who said your head hurt. Yes, that's what I said. You've told our listeners the truth. Well, at least now they know whose head hurt. Wait, whose head hurt? You. Oh, yes. Well, I feel good now. But speaking of the word whose, spelled W-H-O-S-E, we also did a chant to help give examples of this word and possessive pronouns. Whose idea was it? It was mine. Oh, yes, that's right. It was yours. This is the chant you recorded with your friend Jennifer, right? That's right. Well, let's hear it. Whose is this? Whose is that? It's hers. It's hers. It's hers. It's mine. Whose are these? Whose are those? They're hers. They're hers. They're ours. They're mine. Is it ours? Is it his? Is it hers? Is it theirs? It's not his. And it's not hers. And it's not ours. And it's not theirs. I think it's mine. I think it's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. It's mine. Is it all yours? Not all of it is mine. This one is yours. And that one is hers. And those are his. But what about these ones? These ones are mine. But what about those ones? Those ones are mine. Are you going to share? Of course I'll share. Whenever we share, it's not just yours. It's not just mine. It's yours and mine. It's yours and mine. It's yours and mine. It's yours and mine. And together, it's ours. Listeners, remember that the Let's Learn English lesson plans are not just ours. They're yours too, and they're free. I'm glad to be here. And we're glad you're here too. Well, Robert, we'd love to talk to you longer, much longer. But a little bird is telling me that we're out of time. Can you help us say goodbye like they do in the movie The Sound of Music? Yes. I know what song you're referring to and I love it. Although I don't know the whole song, but
So long, bye, auf Wiedersehen, bye.
Those were 3 ways to say goodbye in English and 1 in German, just for fun. Thanks for listening to today's lesson on the Learning English podcast. Now it's time for all of us to say goodbye. Are you guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Bye. Oh, we can do better than that. Guys, come back. 1, 2. Ready, guys? 1, 2, 3. Bye. Bye. That's all the time we have for today's show, but join us again tomorrow for another Roberlingua Learning English. Follow us, give us a like. Thanks for listening. I'm Robert Ramos.